Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we will overload few more operators. This is the next part of second part of operator overloading. In this video we will overload get item, set item and iter and next. So to start with, we have a class indexer and we have a function underscore get item underscore which takes two arguments. First is the object of indexer to operate upon, and second is value. Now, get item supports the bracket indexing operation and slicing operation, so both can come here. For example, you can see here x5 and x1 to 6. So we have to compare it to be an integer, and if that is the case, then we print indexing. Otherwise, if it's a slice object, here it give a slice object will come along with x. Then we print slicing and we print the value object along with start, stop, and step attributes of slice object. And for set item, we have that as an integer. It receives three arguments: self, index, and value. That is the object to operate upon, the index, and the value. So this x is equal to x0 is equal to 5 will invoke the set item. So let's see this in action. So you see the first call which we have x5, it invokes the first uh, part of get item which is indexing, and x1 to 6 invokes the second part of get item which is slicing. We print the slice object 1 to 6, and the third invokes the set item. So this is how you overload the operator for get item and set item. Now we overload the same operator for another class. So we see here, okay. So get item not only supports these, but it also supports various other operations, which you'll see. Let me comment out the required portion. Okay. So in this case, we have a class stepper index, and we overload operator for get item. And in this case, we support the indexing operation, but because of overloading this, we can run it in a for loop. We can access the membership test, and we have list comprehension. We can do the transformation of list to uppercase using a map. So in this case, we have x, which is an object of stepper index, and we create the data attribute of the class on which we are operating. So here it will print spam. Here also it will print. Here it will print true, and here it will print spam in a list, and here it will print spam in uppercase. So let's see how it works. So there you go. Okay, I should have commented others. I think commenting is not appropriate. Oh, I have not saved. So let's see this. So first it prints the for loop, then it prints the membership test, then it prints the list comprehension, followed by the transformation to uppercase. Now we will overload iter and next, which is the iteration protocol for Python. So in this case, we have a class squares. So the init receives three arguments: the object, start and stop. We set value of the object to start -1 and stop to stop. And iter represents the self, that is the object itself, and the next increases the value and squares that. So for I in squares 1 comma 5, print I. This will print value from 1 to 25, that is 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25. Note that next also raises the stop iteration exception so that for loop can stop after reaching 5. Here we have the iteration protocol in action. So if I uncomment this, it will raise an exception, stop iteration. So let's see the exception being generated first. So there you go. There is your exception. So we comment this out so that the program can continue. Now note that here we create the object X, but if we iterate it twice, then it will print 1, 2, 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25. But this will print an empty list because it has already reached the stop iteration. That is, the state has generated the stop exception and the value is already at 5. So in the next, this line will be executed and it will create a stop iteration generation exception and it will print empty. So the way to run it into multiple loops is that you have to create the object again and again. Now it also supports the membership test that is in. You can do multiple assignments and again you can have a map and you can join them. So let's see this in action. So there you go. And let's move on to the next one. Now, hang on, fly check mode. In this case, we have a class skip objects which receives two arguments. One is self and one is wrapped. So wrapped is here. And in this case, we have it implements iter. So it creates an object of skip iterator. So in this case, we have skip. In the skip iterator class, we have again the initialization of wrapped. We set the offset to 0. And if the offset is greater than the length of wrapped object, then we raise the stop iteration exception. Otherwise, we increase the offset by 1 and return the item. So our object is alpha, which is ABCDEF, and skipper is the object of skip object to which we pass alpha. So now in this case, what will happen is the wrapped object will become ABCDEF, and iter will be implemented by skip object, while next will be implemented by skip iterator. So in this case, it will print all the combinations of ABCDEF. So it prints all the 36 possible combinations of ABCDEF. So that's it for this part of video. In the next part, we will overload a few more operators and then we will move on to decorators and meta classes. If you have enjoyed this video and found this informative, then please like the video and subscribe to this channel to continue enjoying more videos. And it also motivates me to make more videos. Thanks a lot for watching. Happy programming.